Hello, welcome to this week's video. This week I'm turning another mistletoe. This mistletoe I got from the Hobbers farm some time ago. When I was out there I collected quite a few mistletoe off the ground. There was quite a few trees that had come down over the last couple of years, and some of the trees had mistletoe. They were easy to get to as they were on the ground, and they were fairly dry. A lot of them were starting to rot. But I got half a dozen good mistletoe, and this was a small one, so I thought I'd make a sphere out of it. And I was going to try the Chameleon pigments. The Chameleon pigments are different colours, and I've seen them on Instagram and a few of the media sites, and they look fantastic. And I thought I'd try that on this one. Once I got the mistletoe on the lathe, I turned it down so it would fit into a small bowl, and I filled the bottom of the mistletoe with antique gold resin, and then painted the top in a black colour, and then put the Chameleon pigments on top. Once I'd done that, I put it back into the bowl and then filled it up with a resin that had a slight blue colour to it. I thought I'd try that and see if it worked. So once the resin had cured, we put it back onto the lathe. So I used some epoxy resin to glue a waste block onto the mistletoe and started turning it using a carbine tool, and then finished it off using the jig that my dear father had made. I was halfway through it and a piece came off the waste block. I don't think the epoxy resin had worked too well, so I reapplied the epoxy and I left it for an hour and tried it again, and of course it come off. At that stage I looked at the instructions, and a lot of the epoxy that I use cures in 90 minutes, but this one, I'd got a different one this time, and this one it took 48 hours to cure. So I glued it back to the waste block, so this time I left it for a couple of days before I touched it again. I wasn't all that happy with the way it came out. As I said before, there's a lot of spheres or pieces that they use the Chameleon pigments, and they look fantastic, but this one I wasn't all that happy with it. It doesn't really show the pigments as well as what I thought, but the mistletoe certainly come up quite nice. I like the way the mistletoe looks. Anyway, it was a good little project, and I better finish up now because Isaac said he's going to go onto the drums. So I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoy this video. Cheerio.